You know, when we are holding tightly to what we have, Taurus, it can be hard to open our arms up to receive new things. It's like being overloaded with tasks or even being like overloaded relationally, right? It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm like relationship saturated, no new friends. You know what I mean? And what I'm hearing before I've even pulled a single card for you is that there are things that have either already died, ended, resolved, passed on. Spirit is using all these euphemisms. Things that have ended, doors that have closed. And there's a little bit of needing to consciously let go. What Spirit is showing me is you might even benefit from kind of like a ritual. And this could be very simple, what's leaping to mind, and I'll try to link it up here. So if I forget, please let me know in the comments. ADHD problems. A banishment, a gentle banishment. What are you done with? Is it a habit? Is it a person? Is it a substance? Is it a dynamic? What are you, either you already know that you're done with it, or you're like, I'm not done with it, but I would really love to be. It would be great to take some spiritual and energetic action on that, if not any other. You know what I'm talking about? Spirit is actually showing me the Hanged Man card. So we're going to pull your cards. We're going to get into it in just a second, but Spirit had a bunch of channeled messages for you. So, as we start to pull some cards to look at where you are at this mid-month checkpoint and where you want to orient yourself to going forward, think about what you're willing to sacrifice, to let go of, so that you can receive something new, something more, perhaps. Okay. Let's get into it, Spirit. We want to look at mid-month for Taurus people, Spirit. Where are my Taurus sun, moon, rising and dominant folks? Where are they standing at the mid-month of May? We're coming to the end of Taurus season, so Spirit, how do you want them to take the torch forward as we finish the season and begin the Gemini season for Taurus? What do they need to know, Spirit? What themes are showing up for them? How are they showing up? What do you want them to know for their highest good, Spirit, to help them step into the future that is most joyful, fulfilling, abundant, easeful, loving? For my Taurus people in the month of May, Spirit, here in the mid-month, where do they stand? Where should they look to remain on the path that brings them to authenticity, fulfillment, joy, security? And I mean self-security. Like Spirit is using the phrase self-possessed. So probably a good hint for any of you that are confused about like what needs to die or what I need to let go or where I need to shut a door in my life, is anywhere where you feel like that. Okay, let's keep going. Let us look at these cards, Spirit. Thank you. Taurus. Wow, powerful. Beautiful. We'll take it. Yes. Not to narrate every single second of your reading. Wow. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to walk away from so that you can enjoy more, more, more? And Spirit is showing me something really, really sweet, which is like a fairy tale. And in this fairy tale, you know, the main character, the protagonist, is wandering through the woods at night. They don't know where they're going. They have to find their way somewhere. And all they have is, you know, a couple slices of bread and a canteen of water. And as they're making their way through the forest, they run across a couple of different animals along their way, and they give a few crumbs of their bread. They give them a few sips of water. They help them out of any little scraps that they're in. And yes, they're giving away some of what they have, But in the end, it's like, oh, and the last animal that you ran into and you gave the last few drops of your water so that it wouldn't thirst to death, it turns into a magical fairy and blesses you with like a castle and riches and, the love of your life. So there's a little bit of trust yourself. There's a little bit of, if you have it, give it. And if it isn't nourishing you, walk away from it. So you may think that, oh, but what if I have nothing left? That will not be the case. If you leave behind that which does not feel resonant, does not feel true to you anymore, habits, substances, relationships, anything you can kind of lose yourself in is what Spirit is saying about this particular Eight of Cups. So, Taurus, you come through as the Emperor. Very strong, very powerful. And, Spirit was saying to me before we got together, it's like it's similar to, I'm curious if any of you have Cancer placements, because it's similar to one of the things that came up for Cancer, which is like, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of control, but we can't control everything. Nobody can, right? And so when we start maybe feeling like we should be able to control certain things and we can't, that puts us in a state of disempowerment. And so Spirit is reminding you, there are some things I can control and there are some things I can't. And, insert serenity prayer here. The grace and the power and the strength, etc., to accept the things you cannot change, to change the things that you can change, that you want to change, right? So there's a little bit of letting go. And I just never cease to be amazed by the way that Spirit comes through without cards, and then it just shows up in the cards. As you walk away from that which is no longer good for you, or that which is no longer alive, you invite and welcome in new opportunities, new income. So here's a chunk of money that you weren't expecting, or here's an offer for a new job, or here's a little side hustle that you can, if you nurture it, if with time and organization and discipline, Emperor things, you could grow this little seed into an orchard. So that's the current situation. There is something available. It's already here. There's something here, but it's going to be a lot easier to see if you disconnect from things and people that are drowning you, stagnating you, waterlogged. That's Eight of Cups vibes. Too much. It's too much. Page of Swords, situation arising, cutting things and people off. Telling the truth, even if it throws a few people off or upsets the apple cart or causes a little record scratch moment in the room and everybody goes silent. If you need to say it, say it. And of course, you could be on the receiving end of this energy. You could feel a little bit cut off, or you could receive a little bit of an abrupt message from someone, and Spirit is like, respond accordingly. And notice I didn't say react accordingly. That would be a Page of Swords. Oh, okay, you're going to Page of Swords me? I'm a Page of Swords you right back. Now, of course, do what you want. Your free will is everything. I'm just here to be helpful. You've got to be the one who decides what you want to do with your life, right? But what I'm hearing is you're going to feel better if you're responding from a place of power, from a place of calm, from a place of the opposite of nanny nanny boo boo, which can be Page of Swords. Now, that points us directly toward the heart of the matter, the card at the top of your reading, Four of Swords. Reminder, number is number 4. So all of the minor arcana cards are the descendants of the major arcana, number 4. So discipline, order, step by step, clarity. There's no muddy waters like that Eight of Cups is kind of showing you. Four of Swords says you need a little bit of a retreat. And I don't mean running away. I mean going on a silent meditative retreat. Doesn't have to be literally that, but it's ooh, my thoughts are kind of racing, or oh, I have a lot of feelings about this. I think that maybe it would benefit me to either journal about them, or audio journal where you can just talk into the voice memo thing on your phone, or talk to your camera, and let yourself bleh. That's the spot to do a Page of Swords, right? To somebody and something that can't judge you or respond. And oh my God, y'all, I don't know if you've seen any of the other videos. It's been a straight up war with this fly. Forgive me. Oh. Sorry, Taurus. Oh my God. Okay. So speaking of war, it's time for peace. If there's anything that you need to cut off, it should be because it will help you get peace, not because you're trying to get back at somebody or something like that. It's I need less bullshit in my life. So I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to even things out. Sitting in the short-term future card is Temperance, which I love to see because that very much rhymes with and matches that Four of Swords energy. Calm. Calm. When we can really clear our mind and see everything, that feels like temperance. Temperance is also balance. It's not going hard, it is taking it easy. And I know that sometimes, in this capitalistic hellscape, sometimes we got to go hard. Well, the thing with temperance would be, okay, if you got to spend 2 days going really hard, well, then you better schedule 2 days to go really soft, right? Got to make it up. Can't pull energy from nowhere. Want to replenish myself. And the other thing that I'm hearing now, Taurus, is some of y'all must have Cancer placements because this isn't a Taurus problem commonly, which is don't give so much of yourself away. Make sure that you are not giving your energy away to things and people and then ending up feeling a little bit like, and where's mine? That's just what I'm hearing. So if you will get your thoughts clear and straight, if you will take a temperance approach, a moderate approach, a little of this, a little of that. Oh, I overslept a little bit. That's okay. I can make up for that by setting a timer and doing 10 minutes of really focused work on the thing that I didn't get to do. Do you know what I'm talking about? The long-term future, if you are able to do Four of Swords and Temperance, another ace, a mirroring ace for your Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles, here's the resource you need or the skill that you have. And then with time, with ease, with space, Ace of Wands, the inspiration, and Spirit is using the phrase inspired action. Like, oh, okay, maybe I have the skill or the money or whatever right now, but I don't know what to do with it. Or like, well, yeah, I have it, but what now? If you will give yourself the space, emotional and mental, to clear the debris, you will know what to do. And you will feel excited about what it is that you're doing. So not only will you feel like, oh yeah, I think I know what I need to do. It'll be like, well, how do we do it right now? Let's go. Let's go. So I love to hear that. I love to hear that, strong bull. What's coming up for you? How's that sitting on you? Questions, comments, stories, reflections? I appreciate you being here, Taurus, and I appreciate your likes, dislikes, comments, subscribes. Tell the truth. Help a girl out. Help her become a better reader. And if you ever want to get a personal reading, the way to do that is in the description box right below this video. Thank you again for being here, Taurus. I hope your time pays for itself many, many times over. And if I don't see you before then I hope I'll see you in your June reading. Bye, Taurus.